cubed. Very good. Okay. And like you mentioned, it really could be anything. Like I can give you a triangular front face, think of a tent, and extend it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for this, the area, see, that's why it's not always length times width times height. The area of the front face, or the base here, or the front face, base isn't probably correct, but the area of the front is 1/2 base times height. So you need the base, and then you need the height to do that, and then you multiply by the length or the width here. So these are the kinds of problems you're seeing in class. Okay. All right. So give me just a moment here to pull up some practice problems, volumes of solids. See if I can find some good ones here for us to work on, because these are really hard for me to draw, and I'm not going to try. So let me find one here. I've got one here like I just talked to you about. So here we go. This is, and again, sometimes it's hard to see what this is, but when I look at this object, the triangle on the bottom is the thing that's being extended.
Okay, so
and yeah, this is probably one of the huge limitations of this format, is it's hard to see this, but it's not the rectangle on the front, because if you were to extend that, it would be a prism with a rectangle. It's not this one,
this thing on the top
or the bottom. Yeah, top or the bottom. Okay, so they're trying to really help you out here with the height. What is the base of this?
4. Would it be 4 yards?
4 is this along here. So we want actually this 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And so I do base times height
divided by 2. Now base times height divided by 2, because it's a triangle.
Okay, so I do 5 times 1.5, which would give me 7.5, and then I need to divide that in half, which would give me 3.75.
Good. And then you multiply that. So notice this one's extended up by the.
Oh, so then I multiply that by 4.
Yes.
So then I do 3.75 times 4.
That's right.
Okay, and
can
then
you tell me the. You can tell me.
That would be 15, right? 15 meters cubed.
15 yards.
Yards cubed.
Or cubic yards. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the point of the 4 and the 2 on the
to distract you.
Oh,
extra information. So I teach an SAT class, and that's one of the things that you will see is the extra information that's irrelevant, or not important. Okay, so here's another problem for you to look at. What is the volume of this object here?
It would just be 2 times 2 times.
Did you cut out there, but what's the final answer?
2 times it would be 8.
8 what?
8 meters cubed.
8 meters cubed. Good. Very good. Okay, so those aren't too hard. Let's go back to the triangular prisms. These are again kind of I think the most awkward to look at. So here's a new problem for you to try. And again, you really want to figure out what is the base shape.
Okay, so I do 6 times 2.5 equals 2.5, 15 divided by 2, 7.5, and then 7.5 times 3 would give me, so then that would be 14, 22.5 yards cubed.
Okay, how did you come up with that?
So first I multiply 6 times 2.5, and then I divided that in half, and then I 6 times 2.5, which gave me sorry, it gave me a 15, and I did that in half, which was 7.5, and I did 7.5 times 3, which gave me 22.5.
Very good. Very good. So I like the way you explained that. You caught yourself because I think you realized you maybe either made a mistake or you weren't sure of your answer, but that's really good to do. Let's do one more of these before we move to a different style of question. Sorry, let me just get this snipped in. Okay. Give me the volume of this object, please.
Okay, so first for that one, I would just be 10 times 4, which should be 40, and then I do 40 times 17, which would be 680, which would be 680 meters cubed.
Yes, very good. Okay, so these aren't too bad. Now, the other type of object that you often see here is this one. It's a circle.
Yeah, I'm actually very confused on those.
Okay, so the base or the front face is a circle. What's the area of a circle? What's the formula for that?
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared. And then they have to tell you the length.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the volume is the area of the base times the length, but the area of the base is pi r squared. And often instead of L, they use H for that.
Okay.
Okay, but when you look at something, and I'll put one here in front of you in a moment. Trying to find what I like. I don't like any of these, but that's okay. All right, so here is a cylinder. It's good to draw the circle. What is the radius of this circle?
20.
20, and MI is for miles. So I don't know what this is, but 20 miles. So your area of your circle is pi r squared, pi 20 squared. So that's 400 pi. And then you're going to multiply by the amount that it's extended, which is the 11. So the volume is the 400 pi you just calculated times 11.
Okay, and I'd keep it as pi. I wouldn't multiply that pi.
So there's two answers. There's the exact 4,400 pi miles cubed.
Yeah.
That's exact. And then there's the approximation, which is going to a calculator and multiplying by 3.14 or typing in the pi button for that.
Okay. All
now,
right.
like I want the exact because the calculator is just an additional step that you can decide to do or not do. So let's have you try one here. Give me the volume of this. I want an exact answer, please.
Exact. All right, you got it. So first I would do 7 times 7, 49. 49 times 11, 539, 539 yards cubed. 539 pi yards cubed.
Yes. Very good. Okay. So the other type of one that you might see is kind of related to what we were doing last time. So hexagon's kind of the one that works out pretty nicely. You really can have any shape be the front face of this.
All right. Okay.
You know, I don't. You can think of this as a nut, maybe, but like whatever front face it is, to find the volume, you always find the area of the front face, and then multiply by the amount that it's protruded or extended. All right, so that's the kind of the basics of what we're doing here. There are two other objects that they usually require you to know. One is a cone, and the other is a pyramid. Were these some things you're covering in class?
Yes.
Okay, so let me write the formula for a cylinder, and then we're going to talk about how it relates to a cone. So the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. For a cone, it's 1/3 pi r squared h.
Okay.
What do you notice that's the same or different about them?
One of them, you have to add in the this 1/3 part.
Yes, yes, exactly. Now I've got a reference sheet that I think I like. Let me look at it. I haven't looked at it in a while. I don't know if I like this one or not, but anyway, I was going to say, I was going to send it to you, but I don't actually like this. So a pyramid is like, you first think of what a prism, the prism formula is area of the base times the height. The pyramid formula is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So they're very much.
It's just like that, but just reduced by 1/3.
That's right. Okay,
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
and I'm sure you're gonna have to memorize these. So just trying to give you some techniques to memorize them without, getting too overwhelmed. So here's a cone, the party hat, if you will, the dunce hat. If you,
Okay, so first I would have to find the radius,
yes,
which would be 4, and then 16, and then I would do 16 times 8, which would be 128. But then I need to reduce 128 by 3.
is 128 divisible by 3, and how do you know? What's the rule for that?
You have to add them all up together and see if they equal a number that can be divisible by 3, but that one only equals 11.
That's right. That's very good. So this is your answer, yards cubed.
Okay.
Do
right.
you know, by the way, do you know the divisibility rules for 4?
No, I don't.
So it's 2 twice.
2 twice.
Okay. And you actually only have to look at the last 2 digits, which is kind of interesting. For 5, you probably know that one. For 6, it doesn't work for 2 and 3.
Okay. And then
7 has a special rule. We don't need that, but these are good to know. So let's look at let me pull up a prism here. I'm sorry, pyramid. And then we'll go to some harder problems here after you've seen this. So here you go. Go ahead and
okay, so it would be 17 times 17 times 18. 17 times 18. And then I divide that by 3, which should give me 1,734 miles cubed.
okay, so one thing I want to just bring to your attention here, I'm not sure if that's right or wrong. I'm sure it's right, but you can do the order in terms of the multiplication. Like I would divide by 3 before I multiplied. So I would take the 18 and divide it by 3. That's 6. 17 times 17 is 289. And then I'm going to multiply that by 6.
Oh, okay.
And that doesn't quite look right. But let me, maybe it is. Yeah, I guess that is right. So the order does matter. And to do things fast, which I know that's something that you like to do. It's nice to be first. You want to do things efficiently. So divide before you multiply.
Okay.
Okay, now let me find, yeah, if you can. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Now, the thing that I think will be more challenging for you is to do some story problems. And let's do a couple of those now with the time we've got. So this is asking for the volume. It should say a volume of a cone.
Okay.
And I would make an attempt to draw it as my point here. Rough sketch, just so you know what you're doing, what you're looking for.
It would just be 20 times 20 times 20, right?
Maybe. How did you come up with that?
Well, I drew it out, and basically, if the diameter is 20, it would wait, shoot, never mind. I gotta do the radius. So first, I
That's
would
right.
do 10 times 10, which should give me 100. And then I do 100 times 20, which would be 2000. It'd be 2000 pi centimeters cubed.
Okay, so that's a better answer. So, your rough drawing, you might want to include the 10 and then the 20. That's also a way of showing your work. Okay,
Okay.
because sometimes you you will have a better chance of getting it correct and half points if you show your work. So here's another problem. I guess this is another type of pyramid that we can look at.
Okay. So I
Find the area of the base first, or 1/3 the area of the base, and then multiply it by the height.
okay, so 1/3 the area of the base would be length times width, which would be 6 times 8, or
What is the formula? What is the area? What is the base? Give me the name of the base. What shape is it?
it is a triangle. Oh, I need to do it triangle style.
Yes.
So it would be um shoot. Yeah, 6 times 8 divided in half, right?
That's correct.
So that would be 24. And then do
Okay.
I divide that by 3 also?
You do, because the volume of a pyramid requires you to divide by a third.
And then I do 8 times 11, which give me 88 meters cubed.
Okay. Very good. Let's have you try. I saw this other one here that I thought might be a little more challenging. Okay, take a look at that and find the volume, please.
Okay. I can go ahead and do that. Okay. So this is just a 10, 6 times 8. Wait, this is a prism, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I just need to do length times height times width.
Yes. But
First,
you have to be careful there, because what you just said applies to a rectangular prism, and this is not a rectangular prism.
oh,
This is the area of the base, which is a triangle, times the height. So I always would suggest drawing the base,
mhm.
finding the area of that, and then multiplying by the protruded amount, the
All right.
extended
You
amount.
got it. All right. Okay. 6 times 8, 48. Okay, then 24 divided by 3, 8. 8
Nope.
times.
I heard a division
Oh,
by 3. It's 1/2 base times height for your area of
oh,
your base.
okay. So
It's
it would
it's not a
just.
pyramid.
Oh, okay. So it'd be 24 times 5, 120 feet cubed.
Very good. Okay, last question here.
All right, that's actually it'd be 28 pi inches cubed.
Good. Okay, really good. We're gonna have to stop here for tonight.
All right, thank
So if
you.